Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit of some miscellaneous things, particularly asking for money. I went to church at this church that I love, and I went maybe 4 or 5 times, and I noticed that they never did an offering. So I asked, and one person told me, "Oh, yeah, there's a box all the way in the back. You can go find the box and put money in it." And he said something like, "Nobody will ever tell you that unless you ask, and nobody will ever like contact you about the money you put in." I like that. But in reality, if you start taking money, people will write checks. And if they write a check, they need a receipt. And if they write a check, you need to deposit the check. So you need a bank account to deposit into. Then if you have a bank account, to open a bank account, you have to have a corporation, a 503c, 501c. And then you have to have a board of directors, and then you have to have board of directors meeting, and then you have to have voting, and then you have bylaws, and then you have the IRS has to check you out and see if you're compliant with their rules. And if you are disagreeing with some of their politically correct things, they will take away your status of tax exemption, and then all the people who put money will have to be audited and stuff like this. And you could just totally eliminate all of that if you don't ask for money. We don't ask for money. So people come to me and they say, "Hey, Joe, I want to give some money. What should I do?" Well, find somebody to give money to and give it to them. Yes, you should give money. Everybody should give money. Christians should have money, and they should have money to give to good causes all over. And the poor, they should give to the poor. So go find someone, give it to it, but don't tell me about it. I don't need to know. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. All right, Jesus said this. So I would teach on giving. I would teach on prosperity, but I would not have money taken at the church. Number two thing is I will not have any decorations in the church. The church will be very plain. It will be nice. It will be clean. But it won't have any decorations. It won't have little scriptures or little pictures or statues of angels or all these other things. The reason for that is distractions. It's all a distraction. You might have, I'm kind of debating whether to have a cross at the front. Maybe just a simple wooden cross at the front so people will know where the front is. But all of those things are distractions. They've done studies in elementary schools, first and second grade, children who have all these things on the walls. Teachers in elementary school, teachers love to put up like alphabets and maps and pictures of different things. And that's all. They've done studies that children who were in those environments do not do as well on tests as children who are in very bare environments. It's a distraction. And you don't want distractions taken away from your time with Jesus. You're there for Jesus. You're not there for little cutesy sayings or little pictures of stuff or animals that look like angels and things like that I've seen, which I personally think are idols and shouldn't be anywhere around. So that's something I'm very strong about. Pastors should never speak about themselves or what they do. I'm very sure that I don't even believe in pastors. I don't think there is such a thing as a pastor. I think pastors are trainers to the body so that all people are equal. All people, pastors are like drill sergeants in the army. They don't have a permanent rank. They're there to teach people and to get them going to maturity. But at some point, they're trainers, they're coaches, They're not the boss. I believe that there should be a presbytery of people who are elders, who rotate the ability to be in charge, to organize the services. And the other thing is, you don't want somebody who's a really gifted pastor to be there, because then it becomes this personality cult around this pastor. He's so smart, he's so wonderful. Oh, Brad, he's just the best. No, you don't want that. You want people saying, Jesus is the best. Jesus is so much. The Holy Spirit is really using all these people who are fishermen. They didn't know anything. They all they knew was fishing and lines and nets. But it was all God speaking through them. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want in your church. And the other thing is, if you have one special pastor, then that person never gets a vacation. He can't not show up, because if he doesn't show up, nobody knows what to do. Like, where's Pastor Brad? Where's he here? No one's here. We don't know what to do. No, the elders, the brethren, people who have been Christians longer. And when I say an elder, I just mean somebody who's been a Christian for the longest time, of the people who are there. And in Paul's churches, some of the people who were elders were only there, they've only been a Christian for a couple months, but they were still longer than anyone else. And so that's how the church should be organized. Do not lift up people, do not exalt people at all.